Good morning. This is Tanya. This weekly reading is a day late. It is Monday, October 9th of 2023. Yesterday I didn't do that because first of all, I procrastinated and was late in the morning. Second of all, I went and got to meet my new niece. She was just born, a week, 2 weeks ago. So yes, so I got to go meet her for the first time, my nephew's daughter. So that was a great thing and time to spend with some family. And then afterward, I just chilled. So this morning, I'm lucky enough to have gotten the day off. Otherwise, I was supposed to work, but I got it off. So yeah. I also did take a big leap of faith, which I've been talking about for quite a while on here. I'm not going to go too much into it yet. But yes, I did take that at the end of last week, and I'm already just starting my new journey. But eventually I'll go more into that soon as I know more and things start to progress and unfold. Now, this week's reading is also still done with the Horror Tarot here, the Hermit and the Sun cards, and then the Central is the Oracle card from the classic Horror Oracle from movies. I used this one last week. If you watched my video or you want to take a look at that one. This is, sorry about the shadows on here. So this is these decks because, of course, it is spooky season, everyday spooky season for me. But especially this time of year, we're in October. We're approaching Samhain, aka Halloween. Time's coming rather quickly. This year we're starting to move into the colder and darker season of the year. Now, these beautiful, gorgeous cards and well-colored, meaning richly colored cards, should I say. Again, just a bit out of it. Yeah. So these richly colored cards that are beautiful for anyone that's a horror fan like myself, which we know I certainly am. If you watch any of my previous videos or happen to check on my Instagram, Little Miss Scare All 79 at all, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of that genre, of the movies, the aesthetic, the darker thing. I love darker cards. I like things that are very thought-provoking, evocative, evoke so many feelings, energies, and of course cause reflection, contemplation, and growth. Of course, I'm a witch, as you've probably seen from my previous videos. So yes, so that of course is also a big factor into that. I think they go in many cases hand in hand. So yeah, like I know I keep saying so let's go without further ado. So this week it is indicative of the that we are in, as I just mentioned, we're going into the colder, darker period of the year. The veil is thinning for those of us, or for everyone, but those of us that are in touch with our ancestors, our intuition, our energies, and for those of us that are in very much either highly spiritual or follow an alternative path or religion like I do. So yes, and those of us who are very contemplative and self-reflective or reflective in our environment, which is what this reading is indicating this week. Starting off with, and then we're going to go to the tarot around it. This oracle, which is indicating the neighbors, which is from Rosemary's Baby, one of my favorite films. I love it. I need to revisit it soon, I think. Well, I need to revisit many things. But yes, that's definite list. I have honestly don't believe I've ever read the book. I think I wanted to. Maybe I have. If I did, it was ages ago, meaning probably in my late teens, early 20s, which is more than half my life ago. So yeah. Well, so basically what the central focus of that card, what it actually means, according to this small little guidebook, which is a jumping off point, is that to focus on your environment and that which is around you, and especially the people that are around you that are influencing you currently, your current self and situation and your actions and your abilities. How are others affecting you? How are others determining a part of your situation? How are they contributing to your situation or taking away from your situation or making you take away from your situation, your focus, or influencing your actions? Um, Not to say that you have to actually focus on them or their validation or their opinions or even their guidance or how they affect you positively, negatively, but it's time to see how that actually is affecting you in your situation because it's certainly an indicator that it is. You also feel at this point, as we said, is a change of seasons. I know I certainly am. I always am a freaking hermit, just like this card here shows, which is, I love this hermit card. The whole little cottage in the woods type of thing, and very evocative of this time of year and that type of energy, and good for the hermit. The hermit, though, in this guidebook here for the Horror Tarot, is actually pretty appropriate, meaning that the person inside to others on the outside may seem introverted or withdrawn. However, it just means that they are reflective, contemplative, making changes, they're content and at peace. So it's to make peace. The combination with the neighbor's card is to make peace. You're making peace with your own situation. You are learning, growing, contemplating, and self-reflecting, and reflecting on how you interact and how you handle things, which is much needed at this time. As I've said not 1,000 times, probably dozens of times this year, that all of us are in some type of constant flux of change. As I said, I'm starting to wrap up one cycle or one huge thing and starting and embarking on a new journey. So yes, nervous, but looking forward to it. I need to, of course, embrace that too. One of the things I have a hard time with, I advise others when I do readings and other things in my life about change. But yes, I'm probably the worst at taking my own advice. On the other hand, because of course some of what we might be a little bit also getting depressed because I'm not a big fan of the winter whatsoever in any shape or form. We know that I do, of course, there has to be the change of seasons. I live in central New York my whole life. However, doesn't mean I like it. It's just not my cup of tea, but I know the reason for it. So it can be a lot more depressing for some of us. And the change of seasons and the dark on the other hand. So it's positive and negative, like for myself. However, other people are causing us, to get back to that, are also causing us to be more reflective and more conscious and cognitive. Now, and that can cause to some depression or lower self-esteem or getting down on ourselves or thinking we may or may have not made the wrong choices or decisions. However, everything happens for its reason and has its place or time and a lesson or something involved that helps us hopefully grow and learn from either our mistakes or what does or doesn't work for us. Now, this is an interesting sun card, on the other hand. Not your typical sunny, bright depiction with sunflowers or the sun or a youngster. This is a dark cloud. A little bit of a weird choice for me too. However, it is after all a horror deck. So this card here, though, this sun is indicating that despite the fact of potential withdrawing and self-contemplation and contemplating others in our situation and thorough evaluation, that even if times are bleak or appear to be very hard, or not quite in place at this point, or we're depressed or unhappy with our situation or afraid of what's going to happen or anxiety, that actually things are going to improve. It's just that this sun card actually indicates that we may be putting on a good happy face or mask at this time to mask or hide our true feelings, our true identity, motives, or our situation so that we can push through the best way that we can. However, where that is fine and dandy as a survival or coping mechanism, it's also indicating that going forward, that there is light energy. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Things are going to start improving. There's going to be more clarity to your situation and bright light. And you might be able to benefit from the fact of a clown. Where there might be sorrow and negativity, there will also be laughter and joy, or to focus on the things that bring you laughter and joy. So not a bad week, but there's a lot of outside influences, I believe, and a lot of internal influences. So a lot of yin and yang, external and internal influences. But overall, should be okay, and things are starting to progress in the right direction, as I mentioned. I hope that this is not too rambly and that this video finds you well. Again, check out my Instagram, Little Miss Girl 79. My Facebook reading page is under Dark Moon Tarot Readings. And again, thanks for watching my videos. I appreciate it, and have a good day.